Hi guys, it's Roxanne Holland here from Rox's Cards and Crafts, admin for Cricut Connect group for the newer machines and Cricut Expression for our Cricut Legacy machines. So today I want to bring you how to make a text in Design Space, and you can do this in shortcuts a lot as well. So we're making this Thinking of You. So this is the embossing folder, and I did Thinking of You, and we'll go ahead and I'll show you how to do another one using Biteye script. I've used this script font before, so I'll leave a link again in the description. I'm currently going through sorting out all my embossing folders, and I've probably got about 50 plus. I've had them for years and they just sit in a drawer. So while I was sorting them out, I thought, well, it was giving me inspiration to do some cards, and as much as it inspires myself, I like to inspire my group as well. So we're doing this in Design Space. I'm not quite sure if this embossing folder by Doris called Window Shutter is still available. Like I said, a lot of my embossing folders are old, but I have 3 types in my stash that allow you to put these messages on, so there and there, as well as the window, because I didn't like this. I liked the embossing folder when I saw it. Obviously I bought it, but I didn't know what to do with it, and then I came up with, I'll just do an insert. I didn't cut anything away. I just did a square, put it on, and then stuck it down, and then at the end of this tutorial I'll put it together for you and show you a few flowers and stuff. Alright, so I'm focusing more on this Window Shutter embossing folder by Doris. As I said, they're the other 2 in my stash. So, you know, if you go to places like Amazon, eBay, all those places that sell embossing folders, you might have a local craft shop that sells them, and you do see a more current type of embossing folder with the ability to do notes. You can do this. So all I did was I measured from there to there. So you would measure on this one wherever you want your little label to go, and you would measure on that one, so that's where the daisy is. So you'd measure from there to there. So from the width here, it was, let me get, I have got notes, yeah. So the width was 1 5/8, and in the decimals it's 1.625, and the height was 2 5/16. This is being perfect with the measurements. All right, so it's not just a little bit, it's just spot on in the frame of that rectangle. So the height, as I said, is 2 5/16. So on Design Space, there you go, it's 1.625. You can't put, obviously, fractions in their decimal spots, and your height of 2 5/16 is actually 2.313. all right, so that's the size that I'm going to write on. So now that you have done the measuring on whatever embossing folder that you have bought for yourself, go to Shapes, press on the square, okay, We're going to change the colour to white. Oh, and if you need to know how I change the background, just go down there to blank canvas. When you hit on that square there, you can go to the colour and change it to whatever colour you want. I just like changing it to a colour so I can see the white card a bit better. Then we're going to unlock a padlock and do it to whatever size it was, okay, that you needed to do. So I'm going to open a character map that I use called UWP. I want to use my Bitai script, so that would be down my writing fonts. Okay, Bitai script, and I'm going to fast forward this, but it's just a matter of working out what you want to write. So mine's get well soon. I might not keep it with that G. So I've got get well soon. Over to your right, you want to go copy. Make sure you remember the font that you have chosen, and go back into design space. Go to your text. Make sure you've got the chosen font, and I already have. It's highlighted, then you go Control+V. And that will come in like that. Now I've made sure that this one hasn't got all these glyphs in the center as well, because it just looks a bit too overpowering. So I just want to make that a bit bigger for you. Now it looks like it's welded, but it's not. So we're going to go to pen, because it's going to be written anyway, and you'll see that it's got a lot of double lines. We're not going to worry too much about that at this stage, because the smaller that gets, so we're going to shrink that down to fit your label that you've chosen. And of course, the smaller it gets, the more it looks like a writing style. So it's really good to have those really fine scripty fonts. They might not be single line fonts, but you can get away with using a fine pen. So after saying that, what we need to do is we need to weld these words together. But before I do, I'm going to advance, ungroup two letters, click off, and it's pretty much been, what do you call the word? So we're going to select the get, and I'm going down to the bottom right hand side to combine and unite. Now unite is the same as weld. The only difference is that if I wanted to, say if I moved on about 20 steps and I had welded this, I'd have to revert. I'd have to go back 20 steps to be able to undo weld. But if I had progressed 20 steps and I had used combined unite, I can go back in there and undo the unite. And I'm getting used to using, after using the old weld way, I'm getting used to using the unite from now on. And the same applies to your exclude. That's the same as the slice. So you know when you slice, you're left with 2 extra bits that got chopped away. Well, if you use exclude, it takes away those bits. Depends whether you want to save them or not. So let's go unite, and then we'll select the well, go unite, And then we've got to select, just going to move that out of the way, the soon, and select unite. Alright, so we've got to get the get well soon to fit in to your chosen measurements, and they don't have to be on the same line. However, when you resize them, make sure that you group them and resize them all together. It's still too big. Give you a bit of a okay, so we're going to go get well soon. Maybe we can do it like that. Do a bit of a lining. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let's see what put them more up to the top on this particular one, which you might not buy, but I'm adding flowers because it's a window pane, like a window shutters with a garden box underneath the window. So I'm just going to move it up a little bit so that if I want any flowers, which I do, I'm going to add it there. So just select that and make sure you select attach. And you can do as many greetings as you want. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the card together. So that's highlighted. Unite, unite. I'm checking it all out. It's attached. I'm going to go make it. And make sure it's got pen, and the basic cut will be cutting around the square. Now I have a bit of paper on my mat and it's loaded into my machine ready to go. But anyone that knows me likes I like working down here, and I don't put it right at the corner. It's just a thing I have. I put it basically, you know, like that might be the 1111 axis. That one is the is that 1111 axis? No, that's 1111. This is 111 axis. If I put it up there, it's the 11 axis. And over here is the 111 axis. So I go down here or over here. I've got it over there, not right close to the line. So I know it's going to go there, and we'll watch it cut. So I'm just going to press continue. Okay, we're going to put this card together. Now I know my videos do take a little bit longer than the average person, and it's just showing you how to do a card, but the difference with mine is that I'm showing you how to use Design Space as well. So the hard bit's done. What I've gone and done is use Distressed Oxide Stormy Sky. and I coloured some cardstock and cut out some flowers. So these are flowers from Cricut Access, and that's Access I am saying this time, not Access. Access, that's the subscription. This is my 4x6 card base. I've cut this down to 3.75 by 5.75, and that goes underneath. So I've cut, I didn't do the thinking of you, I did get well soon. So I'm going to grab the Distress Oxide again. And I'll just put it on there. Just to go around the edge. Comes out a bit different, this colour, and I don't know why it comes out differently than if you just scraped it along there, but I can use this piece because it's going to be hidden by that bit anyway. And also, I'll just move this thinking of you out of the way. And also, if you wanted to, the raised bricks, you can give them a little bit of a blue tinge. If you wanted. It's nice and light. So guys, here is your finished card. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon for another project. Bye for now.